Hi, I'm Pastor Greg Olson, Vice President of the Seventh-day Baptist Missionary Society Board. I'd like to take a moment today to talk to you about unreached people groups. In the world of missions, people groups are groups of people that are identified by a common language, culture, and ethnicity. For a people group to be considered unreached means that fewer than 2% of that people group are followers of Jesus Christ. Practically, what this means is that without outside help, most people in this group will never have a chance to accept the gospel because they'll never even hear it. Think about this. 2% of a population following Christ means 1 out of 50 people. How many friends do you have on Facebook? Probably more people are your friends on Facebook than you actually know really well. But using that concept, go check your Facebook account. If only 1 in 50 people on your friend list were Christians, would you even know a Christian? And that 2%, that's the highest percentage that a people group could have of Jesus' followers to still be considered unreached. But according to JoshuaProject.net, a lot of these unreached people groups have fewer than 0.00% of their population that are followers of Jesus. That's less than 1 in 20,000. These people typically don't have churches in their community, and why would they when there aren't any Christians? And many don't even have a translation of the Bible in a language that they can read. As hard as it may be to believe, because it's not the world we live in, this is the situation 42% of the world's population finds itself in. Yet tragically, according to globalfrontiermission.org, when we look at the combined total of missions efforts of Christians worldwide, less than 3% of the effort goes into reaching this 42% of the world's population that has no way to come to know Jesus. Romans chapter 10, verses 12 to 15 puts it this way. For there is no distinction between Jew and Greek, for the same Lord is Lord of all, abounding in riches for all who call on him. For whoever will call on the name of the Lord will be saved. How then will they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how will they believe in him whom they have not heard? And how will they hear without a preacher? And how will they preach unless they are sent? In Matthew 28, verses 19 to 20, the last words of Jesus to his disciples are instructions, which have become known today as the Great Commission. Jesus says to them, Go therefore, and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. The disciples this was originally given to didn't live to see the end of the age. But the mission is supposed to continue to the end of the age, which means that in our time, it's our mission. You might not be called to be a missionary, to unreached people groups or anyone else. But when explaining the purpose of the spiritual gifts to the church in Corinth, in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul teaches that believers in Jesus Christ all together form one body, working together for one purpose. So whether you're a missionary or not, the Great Commission is our job. People from all the nations do not have the opportunity to become disciples like we're commanded to make them into if they haven't heard, because we haven't sent preachers in the first place.